All right, so now we're just going to peek into our shop network here, and we're going to go into our line material, and I'm just going to show you what we have going on here. You can see in this material, we're just bringing in the CD and the alpha parameters. We're multiplying CD by alpha, basically just to pre-mult that. And then we're feeding the output of that line into the CF input of the surface output. And then the alpha gets its float value turned into a vector, and then that's going into the opacity input of the surface output. The only other little bit of stuff going on here is that we're taking the output of this multiply one, feeding that into a PBR emission, and then into a surface export. It's basically to generate a BDSF value for us that we can feed into the F input of the surface output. And what this does is this allows us to render with the PBR renderer. And this is not some complex shader. We just want kind of a clean, graphic, emissive, flat look. But this allows us to then integrate this kind of graphic thing with any other PBR shader. So this is just a nice little, way to kind of build a simple shader that then will also work with PBR. Okay, so we are going to get out of that. Let's get out of there. We're going to turn our scene object back on. Now we're going to go and switch our render cam view here. I'm going to hit the lock key. And now actually let's just find a nice angle of our trail situation going on here. So I'm going to zoom around. Keep going. That looks nice, right? So we've got some trails floating up, and we've got our little mechanical bird guy there. And so I'll frame up our shot. Now I'm going to go over to my render view tab. We have some render ROPs already set up for you. So we're going to go to out full. Just for good measure, I'll switch on our render cam, and I'm going to turn off the little preview icon, and let's render this at full res. So let's go. All right, so there you have it. Now we have our really pretty trails all rendered out, working perfectly with Mantra and PBR. We've got a little shiny mechanical bird object there that's emitting these trails. And we've gone through a great process of showing how to emit particles off of these specific points off of this object, and then how to go through the process of creating some custom noise, and then writing this stuff out as a cache, and then really refining our lines to get them to feel and look the way we want to create a really beautiful trails effect. I'm going to turn off the rendering, go back to our scene view, and now this is nice too because we can basically play this back in real time, and we get this really nice animated trail effect off of any moving object. And this is the beauty of the proceduralism of Houdini, is that we built this whole system for this one object, but now we could apply this to anything. And now we have a system that we can use to do any kind of effect like this on any kind of object. So enjoy exploring trails in Houdini.